Have you ever wondered why some low-budget movies hit you right in the heart, while some million-dollar blockbuster movies just don't? It's not the lens, it's not the lighting, it's the life behind the story. There's something that no one, not even Hollywood, can fake, and that's your story. Talking about your real lived experience, even the messy, not so cinematic parts of it. Don't play with it because that's your gold mine. We'll unpack that in a bit, so don't go away. Hi everyone, Chika here for Big Shot Movieverse. I help clueless but hungry indie filmmakers turn their raw passion into global reaching films and businesses using tech and AI. Welcome to week 2 of this 90-day filmmaking adventure. Let's talk about this gold mine inside you. First, think about this. Every single story you've ever loved, every one of them started from a point of truth. Even the wildest sci-fi, even the most ridiculous comedy, there's always a little heartbeat of someone's real experience in there. Maybe your one point is that time you failed at something. Maybe it's a heartbreak. Maybe it's just the moment you felt small. Because what people crave today isn't perfection, it's honesty. That's your starting seed. Here's one personal starting seed, true life story. Check this out. As a toddler, my son would cry over his bowl of cereal just because the quantity was going down as he ate it. Here's the twist. You don't have to retell it exactly as it happened. Nope, you can take that real thing and build an entirely different story around it. My new story? A crazy comedy. A struggling filmmaker discovers that every time someone watches his online video, a real moment of his actual life disappears, forcing him to choose between going viral and vanishing completely. See? You could turn that heartbreak into whatever. Say, a futuristic story about a robot who can't process human emotion, or that failure into a comedy about an inventor who keeps trying to build the perfect coffee machine. The point is this: what makes your story powerful is not the events around it, it's the emotion behind it. That's what connects with people. The next step I'd like you to consider is going high concept, dreaming big. Now, I know some of us, especially indie filmmakers, fall into this trap. We say, I don't have money for big ideas, I'll just make something simple. But listen, you can dream big without actually spending big. High concept doesn't necessarily translate to high budget. It means what if? What if memory could be sold like currency? What if a cat could talk to God? What if a filmmaker could change reality just by editing clips on his software's timeline? See, you can go as wild as you want. One beautiful thing about being indie today is that AI and tech can help you bring any concept to reality. You just have to bring imagination to the table. Now, let's talk about how to build a powerful story. So you have your one point which you want to build your story around. You're going to have to build a main character who gets to go through the events to unfold that one point. You're also going to need other characters in his world who affect him along the way. I think it's awesome if you are able to build entirely fictitious events around your one point. That's assuming you don't want to retell the entire story the way it actually happened. If you're entirely clueless about this, you can use AI to do the heavy lifting. I have an excellent video dedicated entirely to that using ChatGPT to write a movie script. I'll leave a thumbnail to that at the end of this video. Now let's talk story structure, because a strong story needs a spine. Here are 3 story building strategies that I use and I strongly recommend. 1. The seed and tree method. Start with your emotional seed, a moment that really meant something to you. Ask, what's the deeper question this moment raises? Example, why do we crave validation? Then grow a tree, a fictional world, characters and events that explore that question. You're not retelling your life, you're reinterpreting it. 2. A character mirror method. Create a character who mirrors a part of you, maybe a fear, your hope, or a confusion. Throw him into a situation where that part of you is tested. Watch how he grows. That's your story arc. 3. The classic hero's journey. Here's the pattern that this usually takes: the call to adventure, the resistance, the mentor, maybe AI, maybe a real person, the trials, the transformation. You don't have to copy that beat for beat, but you can always find rhythm in it. All right, that done, I'd like you to know your wildest story can be made. Your dream story might feel impossible. Trust me, I've been there, looking at a movie script and feeling like, who on earth is going to shoot this spaceship? But here's the truth. Every limitation today can be hacked with creativity and tech. It's not about replacing creativity, it's about amplifying it. Okay, now we get to the adventure. Here's what I want you to do this week. Find one memorable moment from your life, happy, painful, silly, or strange, and ask, what's the emotion here? What does it say about being human? Then build a short film idea around it, even if it's just a paragraph. That's your gold mine. That's your first spark of cinematic magic. Remember, this 90-day filmmaking adventure isn't about having all the answers. It's about discovering what's on our inside, telling our story, uncovering our stories. Your own story is your superpower. The world doesn't need more perfect films. It needs real voices. It needs your own voice. It needs you. So grab your camera, your phone, your notebook, your laptop, whatever you've got, and start building from you. No one can compete with your honesty, and that's one thing that makes you unstoppable. Here's the thumbnail to make scriptwriting easy, and I'll see you in week 3. Thanks for watching.